Alright, so I just got back from the store, and today we're going to be working on a workshop table slash welding table slash a bunch of different things with the table. That's going to go in the corner over here. So I got a rough sketch laid out, and I'm going to start cutting some metal. The top of the table will be the same height as my toolbox, so it makes one level plane across the top of the garage. So I'm going to take my square, set it off the ground, and figure out the height at the highest point of this caster, to which I got 6 and a little over 6.5. So we're going to base that measurement to start our project. Alright, so based off that wheel height, go back to napkin sketch, plug everything in, and these are the cuts I got to make. So what I've done, now the pieces are cut, put them in this corner jig. Got it at Harbor Freight for $11. We'll see if it makes it through this, but put in, double check the square, and throw a big tack on it. So these are the two sides of the frame, and over there on the right are the pieces that are going to go in the middle to make up the entire frame. Once I finish this, I need to cut out some plates and drill holes in it to create the caster plates that would hold the casters on the bottom of the table. Alright, this right here is 4x1 1/8 inch wall tubing that I will use for the top of the table, or say half of the top. So that's what it looks like all cut. You see the two smaller pieces in the middle, those are going to be removable sections for clamping. And then here we are, just before I put the table together, I decided to grind flush the inside and finish weld the inside of both the sides of the frame. This is so that the cross braces would sit flush when I went and fit it up. So while installing the tube part of the top of the table, we had to deal with the removal section, which would not get welded. So what we did is we added a couple feeler gauges to create some spacing that would still leave a tight fit, but make them able to come out easier. And then we just went back and finished welding the rest of the pieces in. Now the other half table I wanted to be one just perfectly flat surface, so what I'm doing here is creating spacers to lift up the 1/4 inch plate I'm going to use for the other half. Another thing we did was take some scrap angle iron and create these tabs that would weld to the bottom of the removable sections at the top. This would make sure when we are reinstalling the removable sections, they would align perfectly with the rest of the table. And then I just went on to finish weld the entire table, which took forever.
these are those tabs we were looking at earlier. See how they just hold the removable sections right in the right spot. Also went ahead and added another cross brace on the bottom. We decided in case I decided to store heavy tooling down there. Here you can see what those spacers are for that I mentioned earlier. They're going to hold the 1/4 plate at just the right height. Got them all tacked in right side up, and then had to grind some a little bit to get them all roughly the same level. Then we flip the table over and we fit the plate from the ground up and then weld it all together. Alright, last thing I did was wire wheel the entire table just to clean it up and use a little stainless steel brush to get to the inside parts you couldn't reach. And this is how it turned out. I'm pretty excited how it turned out overall. And this is how the removal section of the table, how I intended to work. Remove a section, and now you can clamp in the middle of the table with pretty much any standard clamp you can find at the store. Another thing that I planned for was leaving a 2-inch overhang on one side. That way we clamp better near the edge of the table. And yeah, it's going to go in the corner of the shop, and I think it's going to work.